NTK Yard Sales Arena here with the Yard Sales Show for the first week in May. We found some really neat items this past week and I want to show them to you. Let me start off with one of my favorites. It's this. This really neat item was buried on a woman's porch. She's actually a dealer and she was having a sale. She had 45 on it. I got it for 40. She's into it for 55, or that's what she told me. Still a great deal. This piece is missing the bent woods that would go in there, but I think this would make a great decorator piece. You could put candles in there. You could use it as a lighting fixture. You could use it as a pot holder. I just love it. It's worth about $100, I would think. Okay, next up, we went to a church sale, the Methodist Church up in Severna Park. They have a fabulous sale twice a year. Got this little swing. I just thought it was cute. It's a little doll glider. I paid 50 cents for it. And these things are vintage. They sell for $20 to $25. Wow, hard to believe, isn't it? Another item from the church sale, 50 cents on this really neat handmade scoop. Can you see the wormholes in there? I think this would be another great decor piece. Put it up, put an oil lamp in there, a plant or whatever you would like.
It's not old.
It's not that old, but it's handmade, and I might antique it a little bit, rust it up a little bit, but I think that's a $20 piece right there. Okay. Uncle Vinty, can you shoot? Well, why don't we do the car while we're here?
Fire truck?
Yeah, the fire truck. At a community sale in Hillsmere on the South River, I found this fire engine. It's really neat. It's vintage. I paid $20 for it.
It's a pedal car.
It's a pedal car. It is a pedal car. I paid $20 for it. And these actually, they still make them. They sell for $250 new. We're going to shine it up, polish it up. It's missing the bell. We're going to try to find a bell for it. And I think that's just as cute as that can be. I think you could easily get, I don't know, probably 75, 80 bucks out of that. As cute as it can be. All right. Woo! Okay, I'm going to come over here. Uncle Vinty, can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
At that same community sale, I found this. It's a Polish paper cutting art. I don't know if you could see this, but it's got the birds in there. Apparently they fold it over and do all this cutting with an X-Acto knife or something like that. I was really impressed with that. I thought it was cool. It's called Wycinaka, I think. W-Y-C-I-N-A-N-K-A. Wycinaka, something like that. I paid $3 for it. It's worth $50. Okay. At an estate sale in that very same community in Hillsmere, I picked up a couple of items. One is this neat old fire plaque. I have another one of these. These back in the olden days, you used to buy fire insurance, and you put this up on your house, and if your house was burning down, the company would come and put it out if you had one of these, if you paid your insurance. We weren't sure if this was a reproduction or not, so they sold it to me for $10. There are a lot of reproductions out there like this, so I'm not sure, but I think it's cool. It's a nice piece, and I plan to actually hang the few that I have up here in place of my funky wreath. At that same estate sale, they had two of these chart maps. These are old vintage chart maps. Can you see that? And they just show various areas of the Chesapeake Bay. And what I thought was neat about these is I plan to take some of these and frame them for some interesting areas in the Chesapeake Bay because I think they're just fabulous. So I have two of these. This was the larger one I paid $3 for, and I have another one I paid $2 for. All right.
The tins.
Yard sale. Yard sale in Severna Park. I got 3 vintage tins. This was going to a charity. Where were they going? To Jamaica. They do some rebuilding of homes in Jamaica. So I paid $2 for these 3 vintage tins. They're Currier and Ives vintage tins. They're very nice. I like them. Okay. At the sale, the community sale, as well as the church sale in Severna Park, look what I found. These things just come to me. 2 little cobblers' shoes and stands. Both of them have names on them. the girl at Hillsmere had really cleaned this one up nicely. This, I paid $7 for it, and I paid $10 for this at the church sale. Both of them, they're worth about $20 each. Okay, making my way down. Okay, yard sale, Severna Park. $3 for this. This is vintage. Oh gosh, it needs some cleaning. I think it's 1977. So it's vintage. What's neat about this is they're stackable tins. They have flowers on here, a lot of different flowers. But I just thought those were really a nice item for $3. You can't go wrong with that. Okay, another one of my favorites. You've got to love this. We were at a community sale and we came out, and across the street a guy was having a yard sale, and he had this in the yard. So we drove up, and I try not to act too interested. You know, you want to just kind of gradually work your way in. So I asked him how much he wanted for it, and he said, what, $40? $40. $40. And yeah, that's a great price. I had just been at the Antique Mall and saw one very similar for $300. So I knew these things were worth some money. And so I said, how about 30? And he thought about it, and he said, okay, he would sell it to me for 30. So we plan to restore this. These were actually made out of a paper product. It's wicker, but they're very fragile. So you need to take good care of them, keep them out of the rain, etc. It does need some rubber put back in the wheels, but we're going to do that. And I think it's a fabulous piece. When it's all fixed up, it will be worth between $200 and $300.
Brand name?
Oh, I was going to show you guys. Where did I do with it? Oh, here it is.
It's in the bottom, yeah.
Yes. This is a Haywood Wakefield baby carriage, and it's really quite old. And what's neat about these is you can see it can be the carriage, the baby can lie down, and I'm not going to do it for you because you know I don't want to break it, but you can flip this part down, and the back of it comes up so that it actually becomes a stroller. So it's a stroller or a carriage. Really neat item. So yeah, that was a great find. Okay, yard sale in Riva, near where we got the buggy. This is mahogany, and you can see they've already started stripping it. It needs a little bit more sanding and some bleaching, but I think this will come out, and I think this will stain up nicely. And it's one of those tilt top tables. I paid $7 for it. Easy, that's 50. You know, if you were at a nice estate sale or in a good shop, it'd probably be more around $100. So happy to get that. And I'll show you guys when I'm done with it. It's not going to take much work. It's more than halfway there. Okay. Yard sale, Severna Park, where we got a number of items. Uncle Vinty's going to show you some of the neat tools that we got from him. He's actually moving. It's a moving sale. These are hay hooks, and I plan to either put them in the garage or in the back hallway or something like that. Put some plastic caps on them and use them just as hooks for coats and things like that. But after we hung them up out here on the porch so I could show them to you, I think they look kind of neat like that. Porch art.
$1 each, right?
$1 each, yeah, $1 each. They actually sell for maybe $5 each. Okay, Uncle Vinty's favorite item in Bowie,
It's
actually.
your favorite item, potties.
It needs to be cleaned up a little bit. It was dirty, but it's what as you guys can see, it's a cute little potty chair. It's got Mickey Mouse on it. It's vintage. It needs a little gluing together, and I'm going to do that and clean it up. But I think this is going to make a great plant stand. Now, this was the only plant we could find. It doesn't look very good in there, but you put a nice flowering plant in there. That's as cute as it can be. All right, look at this. I was leaving the estate sale, and I came out, and a gentleman who lived across the street was rolling this out to the end of his driveway. And I looked at it, and I said, oh, is that for sale? And he said, you know what? You can have it if you could get it in your truck. And I said, you are on. I will take it. So it's quite heavy. It's cast iron. It's a wood burning fireplace. It does work. The brand is Jotul, Jotul. It's a number 3. It's made in Oslo, Norway. And as you can see, it just has a very charming look to it. So it was free. I looked it up online, and they are still in business. You can still buy these stoves. I'm sure they're quite expensive new. I did see an older model online listed for $800, so I'm sure it's in that $5,000 to $1,000 range. We do have all the pieces to it, and we do plan to use it. I think it's gorgeous, and wow, something to be said for being in the right place at the right time. So that's my stove. Now, if you look down here, this is an item that Uncle Vinty found. He thought I might want to use it to mount my mailbox. This is a ginormous Christmas tree stand. How much did you pay for this?
$5.
$5. It's so heavy.
It has a
And it's got a price sticker on it for
$149.99.
$149.99. Uncle Vinty paid $5 for it. So we'll find something to do with that. We'll either use it or we will sell it.
It's heavy duty
It
and
is
for a
heavy
big tree.
duty. Right. A lot of companies might want to use something like that. My best find for the past week has to be this wonderful doll steamer trunk. This is about, what, 16 inches by 12 inches tall by, what, 9.5, something like that. Very small. Back in the day, young girls used to put their dolls in this to take the dolls with them when they traveled. This is just remarkable. This is the original interior. It's all intact. It is in fabulous shape. Unfortunately, the exterior of this poor little steamer trunk is not in such good shape, but that is all issues that you can remedy much easier than you can replacing the interior. This exterior was actually made out of leather, but it's really dried up and not very nice. So our thought is, and you can see on the sides, well, this side's missing it. Our thought is, at first we're just going to finish the wood. We're going to leave the leather that's still intact on there and then refinish the wood. All of these straps you can order online for under trunk restoration. So we have some strapping to redo and the leather. Let's see if I can close it up for you guys so you can see. It is a nice little humpback. I paid $50 for it. These things are easily worth $300. So our plan is to restore this as best we can. And it's going to take some time, but I will show you when we're done. But this is going to be a labor of love because I just think this is a fabulous piece. I was delighted to get it. The gentleman was moving, and last year he wanted $150, this year he wanted $100, and he decided to let us have it because we promised we would restore it, and we will. We will hold to our word. All right, Uncle Vinty's coming up next with some of the tools that he found.